Welcome to Debate Live. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth debate. If you would like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live, and there's also a Ko-Fi, Patreon, crypto, and thanks button in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the nature of Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show on Facebook and X. Now we are joined by Chocolate Saiyan, Neil, Adam. We did have John, but he's vanished, it would seem, and a whole bunch of people in the politics server. So welcome one and all.
Hey. Good morning, good morning.
Hey, Chocolate. We're in politics. We've done a surprise raid on politics today. So be on your best behaviour. I don't know how long we'll stick around for.
Oh, you will continue shouting at me? Or something like that?
Yeah, stop using our flat Earth elevation angles when you don't get elevation angles off a curved adjacent. Any evidence that you can acquire an elevation angle measurement from a curved baseline?
You can measure angles between stars without elevation angles.
Sorry, you can measure angles between stars without elevation angles. That is an elevation angle. You're saying I can measure elevation angles without it being an elevation angle because an elevation angle doesn't comport with the globe Earth. Yeah, we know, but yeah, elevation angles that do absolutely comport with the flat surface because they're elevation angles, as I defined earlier, as this guy chanted through me 5 times. They absolutely require the plane of reference that Earth is to be measured for the angle to save your life at sea when plotting out your position on a map that's flat. But these aren't globe Earth like comporting angles. You glurfing through the top of me as I point out that they're not globe Earth angles, Taylor. You glurfing through me won't change that you require a flat Earth for an elevation angle, and I was telling you off for using it. If you're a globe Earth believer, don't use our flat Earth angles. I'm telling you off, yes, shouting at you. Don't use our stuff is what I said.
Can you repeat the definition for the elevation angle?
Sure. Solar elevation angle, in the case of your specific use of elevation angle, comes from sus design. So the altitude angle, sometimes referred to as solar elevation angle, describes how high the sun appears in the sky. The angle is measured between an imaginary line between the observer and the sun and the horizontal plane the observer is standing on. End quote. Sus design.
Yes, so you can measure the angles between stars.
Yeah, we can.
Elevation
angle. I can. I'm a flat earther. You can't. You're a glurf, and I'm telling you to stop doing it. Do you understand now?
You doesn't need an elevation.
Do you understand that a globe Earth doesn't have a horizontal plane for the observer to stand on? Do you understand that?
What I'm talking about...
It's a yes or no question. I'll say it again because he's glurfing and ignoring me. I'll ask again. As per the definition, do you understand that a globe Earth does not have a horizontal plane to stand on to measure this angle? Yes or no?
It has nothing to do what I'm...
Oh, it's got nothing to do with it because your globe Earth doesn't have one. Yet, meanwhile, we do measure elevation angles. They are elevation angles. They're angles that save lives at sea. Globe Earth doesn't have them. You aren't going to be using them. And if you do, you'll get shouted at by me. My name's Nathan Oakley. I'm the one shouting at you for using our stuff that you're not entitled to use, telling you off with absolute and total justified entitlement. Don't use my flat Earth elevation angles, mate. They've got everything to do with saving lives at sea, but just nothing to do with your globe Earth. They won't give you them. So stop using them, globe believer. Okay?
So what I'm talking about has nothing to do with elevation angles. Because you can measure the angles.
Really? When you described the height of the sun... So when you described how high the sun was... When you described how high the sun was...
I'm trying to arrive at that.
Yeah, you did describe how high the sun was, and as per sustainable by design, yeah, it's describing specifically. Oh, is it just me or is he glurfing through me pointing out how wrong he is? Yeah, it seems that when I show how wrong you are, as per definition of an elevation angle being how high the sun appears in the frickin' sky, that is what you were talking about, wasn't it, Glurflyer?
No, I just bored of you.
Oh, it wasn't? You weren't asking about how high the sun was with shadows. You weren't. You're just a liar then, because you were. You liar.
So again, you can...
Sorry, you were. You liar. Weren't you, liar?
Again.
Yeah, you were talking about how high the sun was and shadows, weren't you, liar?
Yeah, and I want...
Yeah, that would be an elevation angle then, how high the sun appears in the sky, mate. Yeah, it's just I can define what you're talking about when you glurf about our stuff and how high the sun appears. Yeah, that's how high the sun appears, and we can define that with an elevation angle now, can't we?
I want to arrive at the same conclusion without using elevation angles.
Oh, do you now? Well, that won't be proving anything, will it?
Yes, it would.
Okay, prove a glurf with shadows from the sun. Go.
No, first I want to show you how you can use angles without any horizon or elevation angles.
Well, then they won't be referencing the ground and won't be useful for proving Earth is anything at all then, will they? Because they're not referencing Earth anymore, are they? So they're useless. It's just glurf through the top of me. When I show how demonstrably stupid that premise is, you think glurfing through the top of my immediate recognition that I'm showing him to be stupid. So if they're not measuring with respect to Earth, they've got no use in this discussion then.
Are they part of a Cartesian coordinate system?
They are.
I mean, it kind of sounds like you're just looking for something to say, because like you started off this gambit, as far as I heard, with you don't need an angle to measure an elevation angle. That makes no sense, bro.
No, I said you doesn't need an elevation angle to measure the angles between two stars. You don't need the horizon for that.
What angle? What's the name of the angle that you measure between two stars?
It's just an angle between two stars.
And what's it useful for?
To mapping the sky.
Like mapping the sky.
Coordinate system.
Yes.
Right, so when you were asked earlier if it was in respect to a coordinate system, you said no, you were lying or ignorant or stupid. Which one?
Maybe I misunderstood the question.
Oh, ignorant then. Okay, I think we're done with you, Mr. Ignorant. Go in peace with your glurf belief, knowing that stop using our elevation angles off a flat plane with respect to Cartesian coordinate systems that are flat, because they'll need a flat Earth for those systems to function, and you'll need a flat Earth to measure elevation angles, which we absolutely are measuring when we measure stars with respect to the ground. That's what they are, they're elevation angles. It's not like I'm not quite done and glurf time is coming because it's painful. Me, a flat earther, telling him off for using our stuff, that's flat earth elevation angles that he's not going to get to use. He could just glurf through the top of me telling him off when he uses them. He could. He's done it 8 times.
I mean, you do understand, like, you do understand, brother, you do understand you as a glober saying you don't need an elevation angle. That kind of proves our point that you need a flat earth for that, because otherwise, why would you not use it? And on top of that, it sounds like you don't know where your latitude system came from, so that's a problem.
What I'm saying is that you can map the sky without any reference to the
So is this flat sky debate? Are we having flat sky debate? What's the name of this room again? Sorry, maybe I'm in the wrong place. Oh, there we are. It doesn't say flat sky on this room's title, dickhead. It says flat earth. Sorry, so did you want to detach your garbage that you can't use from the surface then? So you have no reason to be here then. You're not debating about Earth's surface anymore. You're only interested in mapping the frickin' sky with respect to your belief in a ball, but you won't be using any angles that measure with respect to Earth again. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I told you when I told you off last time. Stop using our stuff. If you're going to reference Earth, it'll be flat for angles. You, glurf, you can just talk about the sky. Don't talk about the ground. You've got no right to. Just talk about the sky, la la land, sky vacuums. Yeah, you can do that. Good for you. We'll talk about the ground. That's us, flat earthers. You can talk about the frickin' sky. Good for you.
Again, the Cartesian coordinate system he's talking about, having the angles within, are still with respect to eye level as a horizontal plane and vertical 90 degrees.
No, it's not.
So when you said up,
there is an angle.
When you said, he's saying no, it isn't. He's glurfing through the top of you. No, it is not, John. Through the top of you, correcting his nonsense that needed a flat earth, right? He's asking about shadows and how high things are. Up, right? Yeah, it's how John started our interjection into this discussion because of your use of the word up. What? Perpendicular to a plane? 90 degrees with respect to a plane? Yeah, these are concepts that I'm telling you off for, sir. Saying, oi, glurf. That's glurf. You. Stop using our flat earth stuff.
So and why does he got to interrupt? Why can't you have a decent conversation?
Yeah, why can't you have a decent conversation instead of chanting through the top of me pointing out how wrong you are? 8 times you've glurfed through the top of me, and you've got the absolute gall to moan because you've been cut off. Yet you're demonstrably idiotic, wrong, and asserting a bald belief based on your denial of the flat Earth elevation angles to the sun that you later denied you having any association with whatsoever. I had to bull your glurf lying ass back onto the facts about what you described about the sun because you wanted to detach yourself from Earth when talking about the sun now. And I've said, yeah, you can do that, glurf. That's globe Earth believer. Talk about the sun all you like. Talk about the sky and the stars. I'll talk about the ground and how it's measured. Flat. But while I'm doing that as a flat earther, I'm telling you not to. Stop using our stuff. Stop using angles that describe how high the sun is with respect to a flat plane. You don't get to use them anymore. I'm telling you. Make no mistake.
I would just like to get to the end of my statement. The Cartesian coordinate system with the horizontal and vertical, that 90 it creates at whatever level, eye level, surface level you want to use, that angle that he was describing a moment ago is between the vertical and horizontal, but it's still within a Cartesian coordinate system that you can only apply to reality if Earth's flat.
Yeah, all the systems that we've mapped, charted, navigated, built the world with are flat. So why the hell would I accept any ridicule? Why would I accept anything that total authority over the numbskulls that use my measurements? I'm going to be telling you numpties off, Taylor. Stop using our stuff. And when you feel you've got the right to chant through me 8 times, yeah, you're going to get a strip tour off you. And what are you going to do? Tell me, oh, well, it's got nothing to do with the ground. Yeah, you're damn right it's not got anything to do with your ground on a glurf. It's got everything to do with the ground we measure and people navigate and map and chart and build on. And it's flat. So stop using our stuff. You'll all be hearing about it when you do. I'll be here to tell you. Stop using our flat earth perpendiculars. Stop using up. You don't have up on a globe. You've got out. So if your description doesn't use that, don't use ours.
So does he comprehend it? Now?
He's not telling us if he comprehends it or not. He still thinks he's in authority because he's a bleeding glurf believer. So he's not acknowledging a single sodding word we say. He's just glurfing through it repeatedly and then ignoring it when it does come through unimpeded. He's not acknowledging it. He hasn't once said, OK, I understand, Nathan. I won't use your flat earth angles anymore. I'll only refer to the sky and not the ground. Because I'll glurf 9 times a charm, though. 9 times, Taylor. What was that you said earlier? You're getting cut off. Wanker, you just talked through me. Your own standard says that was unreasonable. And there you are glurfing through me for the 9th time. Yeah, glurf. Do you think you can project that shit onto me when I'm telling you off? Don't use flat earth measurements. Is that clear? You're getting told. Justifiably so. Why the hell would you get to use our measurements? They're ours. Not yours, they'll never work on a globe. Ever. They're angles. So be told, glurf. Don't use our stuff. Stop using flat earth angle measurements. Ever.
He's just waiting to talk, Nathan.
So can I say 2 things? Without being interrupted?
Only if you preface it with, if I was in hell, taking the angles from
If I was in hell, I was not using a Cartesian coordinate system, by the way. And you can measure.
Then how do you establish the angle?
Then how do you measure an angle?
You make the distance out between the stars, and then you create
distance. Sorry, distance in miles. Linear distance. Distance.
Of the stars.
Sorry, he said distance. Stop. No, stop using our stuff. The distance will be linear, won't it?
Yes.
Yes, stop using our stuff!
dude, are you dumb?
It's a linear distance. Is that freaking curved in your mind? Is that bent around a bleeding earth when you say miles in a linear fashion? Stop using our stuff.
Dude, you are actually retarded. Like, straight lines exist, yeah. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Do you understand? Don't use miles. They're linear.
Sorry,
You'll need a flat earth for them, and you're laughing at me, you insubordinate prick. No, mate, when you describe that distance, it will be linear. That won't be bent. It won't be curved. It won't be useful for you on a glurf. Stop using our flat, straight miles and kilometres. Do you understand? Stop using them. They're not yours. They won't glurf. They're ours. They're flat. Is that clear? Is that clear? You're not answering me, dumbass. You don't seem to be laughing anymore. Stop using our stuff. Why aren't you laughing at me? Like it's unreasonable for me to tell you not to use our flat distances. No, you won't be using them anymore because you'll get shouted at. Then you'll think, what the hell's going on? Are you serious? You'll ask if I'm retarded, and yet here I am shouting at you and calling you a dick and saying, no, dick, don't use our flat earth stuff. Distance, you say, no, you won't be using that. That's ours. Flat. You don't get to use that. Is that clear? Or are you retarded? Are you retarded? Do you understand? Stop using it. They're not yours. Glurf. They're flat. Clear? Notice he's not laughing anymore, audience. Yeah, Chuckles. Stop using our stuff.
Nathan?
Yeah.
Where is
he
the
was
picture
about
of
to detail an angle as a distance between 2 points. I was going to let him.
Go on, leftist. What did you say?
I need a picture of the flat earth, sir.
You need what? I need you to come and paint my house. Come and paint my house and tarmac my driveway. Why are you talking? I heard you. I heard you. I heard you. Why are you talking, leftist? I heard you. I need you to come and paint my freaking house and tarmac my driveway. Go. Hello? Why aren't you painting my house, leftist? What's your problem?
Puta madre.
Yeah, madre pudre, sala banchod. Banchod. Paint my house, Banchod. Yeah, why aren't you painting my house? Oh, you thought you wanted a picture of something. Yeah, you wanted to make demands, and yet here I am demanding you paint my house and tarmac my drive, and all you can do is swear at me in Hindi.
Nice, cute picture.
Yeah, all you can do is swear at me in Hindi, can you, Banchod?
With your ass.
Yeah, all you can do is swear at me in Hindi, oh yeah. I ask you to paint my house, Banchod, yeah.
Brother, you don't need to scream,
Can you shut this
brother.
asshole up,
Scream like
please?
that, brother.
Why am I being swore at in Hindi? What's going on? Yeah, meanwhile, stop using our flat earth angles. Stop using our flat earth distances. Stop using our flat earth stuff. If you want to believe you're on a bleeding ball, go to your church of ball and stop using our flat earth stuff. Why isn't anybody acknowledging me?
By our stuff.
Yeah, it's our flat earth angles. Yeah, Joel, it's our flat earth stuff that you keep using, you ball-believing numpties.
Like what? Can you give us an example?
Like elevation angles, describing how high the sun appears in the frickin' sky, like I just described to that last guy. It seems like there's another glurf leftist idiot that's going to glurf through me in frickin' Hindi. Well, I tell you that the flat earth elevation angles that were defined earlier, Joel. Yeah, I just went through it with the other guy. Do you want me to define? Maybe if you start talking through me telling you what you're not going to be taking off me, yeah, I'll shout you down with justification, Joel. Yeah, stop using our flat earth elevation angles.
Nathan, I'm here for the flat earth.
Just two responses as no one acknowledges me. Didn't get to the end of that sentence. Like the last glurf, I didn't get to the end of me telling you about the angles you won't be using that are flat earth only. You talk through the end of it. John.
Oh, look, Nathan, we can keep this respectful discussion. We don't need to shout over each other.
No, we don't. Okay. You're right, Joel. You're right. Stop using our flat earth elevation angle measurements. That's describing how high the sun appears in the sky, like the last guy who did. He was a glurf believer and told me how he believed it was a glurf after using our flat earth angle measurements. I told him don't do that. Now I'm asking you, Joel, if you understand that angle measurements with respect to a flat baseline and an angle up to the sun, for example, they're flat Earth only. You don't get to use them if you believe you're on a bleeding ball. Do you understand that?
Well, I mean, no, I don't, because no one who believes the Earth is a globe.
It's not a belief. We're not talking about beliefs. Are you dumb? Are you deaf? Are you stupid? Measurements, elevation angle measurements aren't beliefs, dumbass. Do you want to sit down and shut up? You're not listening.
Well, you didn't.
We're not talking about your dumbass beliefs, okay, dumbass? Joel, we're not talking about your beliefs. We're talking about elevation angle measurements, dumbass. Don't tell me about beliefs in response when I ask you about not using our flat Earth measurements.
You don't need to insult. You don't need to insult.
I do. You didn't listen. You're dumb. You didn't listen to me.
Well, I did.
You talked about beliefs in response. That means you didn't listen, so you're dumb.
I didn't even get 3 words out, my friend.
Yeah, because you started talking about my beliefs in response to a question about measurements. So I called you dumb because you didn't listen. Now you're still talking. You're rude. You can't communicate. You're incapable of communication. Listening, you're not capable of, and you're still not because you're talking while I tell you how idiotic you were to respond about my beliefs when I told you. Do you understand you're not going to get to use my flat Earth measurements? You still won't understand because you're talking through the top of me right now, as I tell you for the 4th time about measurements you, a glurf, won't get to use. Not about my beliefs. That was how you responded. Like you hadn't listened, so I called you. You're doing it again. You're going to get called dumb for it because every time I talk about the measurements you won't get to use, you seem to want to respond through the middle of me telling you. Like this, like this, like this, like you responding right in the middle of me talking. Or you'll respond about beliefs, which weren't getting talked about. You see, you can either do one or two things. Respond to something I haven't said, which is belief-based, or talk in the middle of me pointing out that you, a glober, won't be using measurements of a flat Earth, including but not limited to elevation angles.
I think I
Something
will
you're not
be
acknowledging. You're
using
glurfing through, Joel. You're glurfing through me, mate.
I'm not. Are you finished?
No, when I was talking and you started talking, I definitely wasn't finished. It was you being incredibly rude. Like now, I'm answering your question about whether or not I'm finished, and you're talking through the top of me there, Joel. It seems like you're a prick, a wanker, a dumbass, who doesn't listen, can't comprehend what I say, and can only mute me in the middle of me talking to you. Yeah, now the server operators have had to step in, because not a single sentence from me answering you. Am I done? No. You'll know when I'm done, when I give you my name, like now. My name is Nathan Oakley, Joel. I'm the one telling you not to use flat Earth measurements, like elevation angle measurements. The ones you couldn't help yourself but glurf through incessantly, after asking which ones. Yeah, you asked which ones I'm not going to get to use. I started telling you, and your glurf scum nature came out, didn't it, Joel? And then you started telling me off for interrupting you. No, mate, your projection came out, didn't it? Not very Christian, very scummy. Still, here we are with me telling you my name. You'll know I'm done in a moment because I'll be finished and I'll stop talking. And the server moderators will take your dumb ass off mute because you couldn't shut up. Don't use our flat Earth elevation angle measurements, Joel. Don't answer me about beliefs, Joel, because it'll suggest you're not listening and get you called stupid. Hope that's clear, Joel, you stupid idiot. Listen up next time. Don't use flat Earth measurements. I'm done.
Okay, after that long rant, thank you very much for that, Nathan.
My pleasure.
Yeah, you seem to be a bit.
That's going to be an ad hom. Do you want to shut him up? He's going to ad hom me.
No, I'm not ad homing you. I'm not.
So this will be an address to the measurements of flat Earth, or will it be an address to me? Will you address me or the measurements you're not going to be using?
Yes, I will address them once you shut your mouth. Okay, good boy. Okay. So these measurements that my friend Nathan has been talking about, he's been ranting on about, just like to say, you're a very stupid little boy, Nathan, okay?
That's an ad hom. That's an ad hom. Pathetic.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I think...
Yeah, well, ad hom boy, you don't use our measurements anymore, dickhead, because I'll call you a dickhead, I'll call you a retard, I'll call you an ad hom fallacy-using muppet. With justification, because you are. You telling me that I'm a little boy and thanking me, yet using my tactics against you, the only ones that have obviously sunk in when listening to me. Yeah, I've got a repertoire of those words. I recognise them when I hear them back. But when I call people a stupid, insubordinate boy, it's because they behave like one. Not because they're a stuttering idiot who doesn't have any answer when I point out why I'm ranting at you. Because I'm sick and tired of globe-believing idiots who've got nothing but ad homs, that'd be you, using our measurements of a flat Earth. And then feeling like they got justification in telling me that they got a glurf. Belief to talk about. They haven't. Not if they're using my measurements. Or if they want to believe in a globe, fine. Just don't use our measurements. It's simple.
But Nathan, we need those measurements to believe in a globe.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're not going to get to use them anymore. You can believe in a globe without using our flat Earth life-saving measurements that we built the ground on, that we built the world on. The world was developed on flat Earth. You don't get to use it if you want to believe in a globe. Or you'll have me haranguing you. Simple.
Well, Mr. Nathan, what if I want to have my cake and eat it, my friend?
You get shouted at by me with justification. I'm answering you. If you want to have your cake and eat it, yeah, I heard your question. What if I get to have my cake and eat it? Yeah, your platitude's getting answered, but he's not shutting up. Sorry, is it an endless question without me getting to answer it?
Had a bit of a brain, Nathan. Unfortunately, something you don't possess.
Sorry, we heard your question. Now I don't need your ad hom that went along with it. Yeah, what if we want to have our cake and eat it? What, believe in a ball and use flat Earth measurements? Now you'll get told off by me with absolute justification. Yeah? No one's server muting me, dickhead, while I call you a dickhead. Because you don't get to use flat Earth measurements that don't comport with your belief in the surface being curved. Because that's idiotic, you stupid boy. Yeah? Hello? Because you can't have a curved ground if you're going to measure it flat. Are you an idiot boy? I'm thinking yes, because you're asking if you can measure flat Earth and believe it's curved. No, you can't do that. It's not possible. It violates something called the law of non-contradiction. You stupid, pathetic, ignorant boy. Have you never heard of the law of non-contradiction, boy? Hello? Boy, have you never heard of the law of non-contradiction? You stupid, insolent, ignorant boy.
Yeah, Joel left, Nathan.
Of course he did, because he couldn't tolerate being demonstrated to be stupid, so like the last guy in the pre-show, he ran like a coward. Yeah, bye-bye, coward. Call me a boy without any justification when it comes to you being corrected. You'll run. Yeah, you'll run. I'll still be here calling you a stupid, ignorant boy and correcting your dumbass about having your cake and eating it. No, you won't be having a flat Earth measurement and a ball belief. You'll have me all over your stupid ass and you running into the distance.
It's funny how they don't deny the measurements are from a plane.
I got a question. Does the sky matter, or is it only the ground that we take the measurements from?
Depends what you're measuring. If you're building something, you can just use the horizon. You can level your plane with water.
This should be no tanks. He's got an issue with us saying the Earth is measured flat, don't you?
Take it up with the building trade.
I have no issues with the Earth being measured flat. The only thing is, what about the 24-hour sun?
What about it?
The elevation angle of the sun stays above the horizontal plane of reference for 24 hours in Antarctica. Tell me what the problem is.
It doesn't work on Gleason's map, but...
Yeah, that's right, it doesn't. Next, what else? Is that it? Doesn't work on Gleason's. Were you married to the Gleason's map? Who cares?
I got the wrong guy, sorry.
No, I'm not.
I thought it was...
I'm not married to it, but I'm not married to it, but the question is, okay, so if that doesn't work, what map do we use if it's flat?
Any. They're all flat. Take your pick. Name the maps, they're all flat.
So the map the globe earthers use is flat?
All maps are flat.
Yeah, the globe Earth is a projection of flat Earth measurements. So yeah, it's all flat, man.
So they take measurements of angles to the stars to project points onto systems like latitude and longitude. Those can get projected into something called the celestial sphere. That can then get projected onto a globe surface that gets created with those measurements of the points in the celestial sphere. Then you can project that onto a tube, cut it down the middle and roll it back out flat. That's your Mercator projection in full process from start to finish, from flat Earth elevation angles to stars through to globe projection, have a sign conversion and reification through the mapping process from points that come along from a globe onto a tube, cut out and rolled flat. Does that mean that we've got any problems? Yeah, hell of a lot of problems, because we've taken measurements and projected them onto a sphere and back onto a flat map, and it just sorts everything and buggers it all up. I haven't done that. That's not my fault. But I had to learn quite a lot of nonsense to figure out how people had deceived the world into believing that flat maps were actually based on balls. Yeah, they're based on ball projections. And what are the ball projections based on? Flat Earth elevation angle measurements to the stars. Okay, then.
What about the airplane? Because I was just on an airplane and it has a live GPS tracker on a ball that shows the plane moving.
GPS is flat. Do you think GPS is ball-shaped? Au contraire.
It uses a Cartesian coordinate system. It uses a floating Cartesian coordinate system so that it can create that ball that you're looking at. Still planar in nature.
Well, I was wondering,
One more time. You're a little bit quiet.
Hello?
Say again. Huka, you're just a bit quiet.
Can you hear me?
You're just a bit quiet.
A bit quiet?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, you can't turn me up on your volume at all?
No, you're at 100%, I'm afraid. Anyway, what was your question?
Okay. I was wondering, if the globe is made from flat Earth measurements, then I wondered about this EA map and how it's been falsified if it's based on flat Earth measurements.
Yeah, it is.
You hear me?
The AE map is a projection of a projection.
So that map's okay then, huh?
Yeah, your globe's based on projecting PZX triangles back from a created celestial sphere. And that was created with flat Earth elevation angles to stars.
Oh. Well, yeah, I heard you many times talking about how the globe is measured with flat Earth angles and stuff. And then you told me that this map is no good anymore. And I thought it was measured by flat Earth. So how come?
No, the AE map is not. It is a projection of a projection of measurements, sir.
You understand when we're talking about flat Earth, we're not talking about a map. We're talking about the actual ground.
From the flat Earth measurement.
Yes, the origin of all of these maps are flat Earth elevation angle measurements to the stars. That's right.
Measurements you're talking about.
Yeah, flat Earth elevation angle measurements to the stars is what create these maps. Hey, Uka, are you going to be like the last guy where at the end of my statement 5 times in a row, I'll hear you. There we are. There's him talking through the top of me. I haven't finished the statement. I haven't finished the question. I'm hearing his voice.
Hey, Uka. Yeah, you got to get the name right.
You've been server muted, you stupid dick. Yeah, you're not a reasonable person to have a discussion with. We can barely fricking hear you. Yeah? Now, I've boosted you to 100%. Does it mean he's going to get slightly closer to his fricking mic? Of course not. Right? So has he buggered off? Yes, he has. The moment he's not getting to talk straight through the middle of me, will what? Have silence from him like the last guy? The server team have stepped in to shut you up while I ask you to not talk through the top of my statements in response to the things that you put to us. Now, you've had 2 people try and answer you. Yeah, your globe's made with flat Earth elevation angle measurements. Now, what I'd like, hey, Yuka, is that you say, I understand what you've just said to me, and perhaps parrot it back so we know you actually did hear what we said. Yes, the globe is made with flat Earth angle measurements of stars. Do you understand?
Okay, it's Hyoka, not he.
Nobody gives a shit what your name is. You're a wanker. You're a wanker. I've just put to you something very specific about the topic of the room, and what's he answering me about? He's answering me about how his bleeding name's pronounced, like anybody gives a toss. Nobody cares what your name is.
Very disrespectful, you know.
Shut up.
Well, I care.
I don't. You're a nobody. Nobody gives a toss if we pronounce your name correct. The only thing anybody in this room cares about is whether or not you acknowledge the flat Earth angles, the flat Earth predisposition. Oh, he's having to be server muted because he can't shut up. While I'm talking, he's decided that he's going to talk. Tell me how disrespectful I am because I don't care what his name is. Get a name that's easy to pronounce then. If you want everyone to say it, get a decent name.
He's not serious. The guy's just trolling you.
Yeah, of course he is. Stand 17 feet away from your mic and ask if you can't be... Oh, can I not be heard? Can you not quite hear me? Yeah, we can't hear you very well because you're miles away from your mic being that wanker that everyone knows you are. And every time you ask somebody, can get an answer about whether or not what globe comes from flat Earth angle measurements. Yeah, it does, but me explaining that to you will be interrupted with a rendition of what your name is. Like anybody cares. Got a glurf, though, because this will just distract from the fact that Earth's measured flat. His bleeding name and how it's pronounced is obviously everyone's concern here. And it's oh so rude, and he cares. Yeah, meanwhile, Earth's measured flat. You complete numpty that nobody cares about.
Yeah, the ballers can't attack the measurement. They need it. They're in a catch-22 as far as this goes.
So if the ball earth was introduced 500 years ago with the Roman Church, is it safe to say before that people believed in the flat earth?
Belief? What are you talking about belief for?
I'm sure everyone knew it was flat.
People say.
People just treated the earth as it was, flat and stationary, right? They
years ago, if I asked somebody what is the shape of the earth?
Say that again. What do you say?
Not just me.
He just told you they treated the Earth as flat and stationary. You want to go drop a tape measure on it? Go ahead.
Flat is not a shape, but we do not observe the Earth in its entirety. I don't think anyone ever has. It's not something we can do. But we do know a general aspect of the geometry of the ground we're standing on. And that's flat.
Yeah. So for those who are a bit more familiar with the debate, like less new, less green, yeah, you won't be getting to say locally flat anymore. This crap where we have to listen to you describing how Earth's measured flat to then apologise for why it isn't being measured globe-shaped with words like, just locally being measured, it's only local. Yeah, you're not going to get to do that anymore. I'm going to rip you a new one if you do. Like I have done all day here today. Just rip idiots new ones when they decide that they're not going to... Oh, what? You serious? I can't use flat Earth angles? Are you serious? Seriously, are you retarded? No, I'm not retarded. I'm furious. How dare you use our flat Earth angle measurements and say you're on a ball and feel you've got the right to mock me because of your faith in that ball after measuring Earth flat? And you want to call me an idiot? How dare you? You'll get every ounce of disdain I can muster. Totally justified. Stop measuring a flat Earth and then telling us how you believe it's a ball. It's ludicrous. Let alone the further mockery we have to endure for being flat earthers. What, because we acknowledge and understand the flat Earth we all measure? Yeah, we all measure it. I don't see why I should be mocked for understanding and appreciating how Earth's friggin' measured. It's measured flat. Everybody's measuring it that way. Not anymore. If you're a glurf, you don't get to measure Earth flat anymore.
Going to make you respect the plane of reference.
Yeah, Zaz. You want it? Get on your knees and beg for it. You want to use an elevation? Well, not until you beg me for it, because you're going to be begging flat earthers for their measurements if you want to use them. Yeah? It's time you started having a bit of respect for the flat earth you absolutely, without question, require to survive on the plane of reference that we're all using and measuring and building on and navigating and mapping and charting. So start respecting flat earthers, because you're using our measurements without our consent. So I'm going to stop consenting. Stop using them or you'll hear about it from me. Where's Chuckles? Why isn't he laughing at me? About, what is it, 10 minutes ago, it was I can't believe my ears notion when I told him, how dare you use my flat earth measurements. He thought it was justification for asking if I was retarded. Right? Where did he go? No, I'm not retarded, I'm furious. Stop using flat earth measurements if you're a bleeding globe believer. It's outrageous. You can believe in your ball, I've told you all along. Everyone's entitled to their stupid, idiotic globe belief. Just don't use flat earth measurements if you're going to believe that nonsense. Okay?
Yeah, the only problem with that is they'll stop using it and they'll still say it's a globe Earth.
They're welcome to their belief.
How can they do that?
By being delusional, John.
Well, the how is easy, because 99% of the people say it's a globe Earth because that's what they learn in school anyways.
Right, but if you can't use the measurements, you lose. Let me just go through the list of things you lose. You lose orbital mechanics. You lose the radius of Earth, a description of geometry, angles with respect to a Cartesian plane, up, down, north, south, east, west. You have to level the compass. You're going to lose. What have they got any claim to then?
Heights, elevations.
Plus, you lost the horizon a long time ago. So you can't have
2020.
A horizon on the globe.
Yeah, for ages we've been mocked as flat earthers, when the whole time people have been using flat earth angles, flat earth horizons, flat earth planes of reference, flat earth Cartesian systems, building on Earth flat, sailing on Earth flat, navigating Earth flat. It's like, it ends here. I've had enough. Right, fine, believe you're on a bleeding ball, but you don't get to assert that your belief has any reference to the actual surface of Earth anymore, because it doesn't. Every single time you actually reference Earth to measure it, it will be flat.
Yeah, the only problem is the globers are flexing now because of the Antarctica thing.
Really?
Are you talking about where the elevation angle of the sun, which is only acquirable from a flat plane?
Oh, the 24-hour sun.
Yeah, but 24 hours of sun, and all of the measurements they brought back were with respect to a flat plane. They described the angles of the sun off a flat plane, didn't they? They leveled their tool so that they could measure the weight of things perpendicular to a plane. All of their measurements, without exception, were flat Earth measurements. And that's what I'm saying. The TFE marks the end. No. You don't get to use any flat Earth measurements at all anymore, ever. If you're a globe believer, believe you're on a globe. You just don't get to assert that that's the actual ground. It's your la-la land belief and nothing more. Like Scientology, it's the same religion. You are the same as Scientologists. You can believe your la-la land nonsense of curved Earths flying around the sun and aliens in sky vacuums. You and the Scientologists can all sod off, just stop referencing your belief to the ground itself, because that's measured flat. And you don't have our permission to use those measurements anymore.
And in case you're confused, maybe if you're a little new, you're confused when he says you're using our measurements. Anytime one of you guys have said the Earth is too big to measure the curve, you're essentially saying that it's flat, because that's why you're saying it's too big to measure the curve. I understand that that's a reflex response, because obviously there's no curve to measure, but That's what you're saying. And we've heard that for years now, right? So that's why Nathan's saying, we're done listening to that crap. Stop using our shit. It's pretty simple, actually. Because we know if you're a globe believer in here at some point, one of you has said the Earth is too big to measure the curve, right? We know it.
What I don't understand is, okay, the only thing I'm confused about is if this was introduced 500 years ago by the church, first of all, why do the Globers say this was 2,500 years ago? Okay, let's start with that.
They're hijacking the celestial sphere, which was about 2,500 years old, according to their history. But the celestial sphere is a flat plane diagram showing the angle relationships of stars with respect to the Earth.
We've been putting up with gaslighting for years and years and years. Because that's what it is. It's your next door neighbour coming into your garage, wheeling out your ride-on lawnmower and mowing his own lawn with it. And when you come out and go, what's going on? He turns around and calls you retarded for suggesting that he's mowing his lawn with your lawnmower. He asks that the police come round and have you committed for being an idiot, for even thinking that he's using your lawnmower. That's what's happening. Are you retarded? What do you mean I can't use flat earth elevation angle measurements? And then say I'm on a ball. You complete retard. Yeah, don't use that stuff. Yeah, and if you do, it's tantamount to war from now on. Yeah? Yeah, I'm going to rip you off that ride-on lawnmower and then mow over you with it. Then you'll know about whether or not it's mine, because you'll feel the blades on your face. Metaphorically speaking. Yeah, stop using our stuff. Go on, John.
Oh, I was just going to say about the the globe Earth side of this. They can never deny the measurements are planar in nature because they have to use the angles. It's like coming to a gunfight and immediately throwing the gun to your opponent. That's what we've been doing for the last 200 years, it seems like.
Yeah, exactly. Accepting their gaslighting while they use our stuff. No, we're not using your stuff. There's no angles here. These aren't the droids you're seeking. Like, yeah, they are.
These
you're measuring
the
Earth, it's flat.
For.
What else is there to it?
Okay, so in the flat Earth, you're supposed to have a dome, right?
Sorry, you think we've got a dome?
Well, most flat earthers say that, right?
Nobody said that. The only person who said that is you. So I'm now saying you think there's a dome because you're the only one who said it.
Okay, so let me ask you, do you think there's a dome or not?
I haven't said anything about this at all, but you've said it about 4 times. It being you suggesting there's a dome because you're the only one who said it.
Yeah, I understand. I'm the one who said it. I'm asking you, though. Do you think there is or no?
I don't make any claims. I don't know what the sky is.
Maybe he's confusing a container with the dome. Are you confusing a container for the gas pressure?
Oh, we must be under containment. That's a different question that he didn't ask, though, John. We must be under containment of some kind, yeah.
Yeah, when you say a dome, that suggests some sort of
I don't know what the sun is. So we have a series of questions that we ask these because they're asserted to be understood and known within the heliocentric paradigm. But the measurements that have been taken don't infer actual positions of the sun, for example. So you don't and I don't know what the sun is or how high it is. We don't know. That's the reality. Let's just break it down to what it really boils down to. Now, at this point, if you're a globe believer, you might start asserting certain distances based on flat Earth angle measurements, of course, and then extrapolate them out to some perceived distance that you'll suggest it has. It's not real. It's based on assumptions. Venus and its size and distance being one of those assumptions for heliocentrists. I don't make said assumptions, so I don't know, is the only conclusion I can draw. I don't know what the sun is or how high it is. I just can't give you those answers. And as for the stars, they behave in a very bizarre way. If you raise in altitude, the angle measurement you get to the stars doesn't change. So they don't behave like anything else. So again, that leaves with ambiguity. You don't know if it's close, far, you don't know. I don't, you don't, we don't.
And given some of the things we understand now about quantum mechanics, it may not be possible to know.
We know what it's not. We know it's not a vacuum, 10 to the minus 17 Tor with men floating around in it. Or orbits, same thing. Orbital motion is based in a place that doesn't exist. Mathematically derived from flat Earth elevation angles, of course. Everything comes back to that. Everything always does, because Earth's measured flat. But besides from that, your orbital motion, it requires a flat plane of reference and can't be reified into physical existence unless you violate the original measurement of those angles and assume that the surface you've measured flat curves, which is silly. But that's what Kepler and Huygens did.
So, okay, we don't know what the sun is, but do you think there's only one sun, or do you think there's multiple?
Bloody good question. Don't know. There could be more than one. Don't know. Everything you ask me about the sun from here forward, probably get the answer, I don't know. So if you want to make me look ignorant, you're going the right way about it.
No, I'm not a weasel. I'm just genuinely asking.
Yeah, and I don't know any answers, so I can't help you. So I feel ignorant because I want to help you. I want to give you an answer, right? But I can't. I don't know what it is.
That's fair.
That leads to people setting up whole religions. It's like, what is the sun and how can we worship it?
Yeah. The thing is, we're those flat earthers that are not going to give you claims we can't substantiate for ourselves. So when you ask about a dome suggests some sort of a shape. We don't know what the shape of the container is because we've never seen it. So that's null and void. The only thing that we know is that we require containment to have the air pressure that we're breathing. Feel me?
Okay, so based on your answer on the sun and the stars, I guess the moon is pretty much the same, right? We don't know.
Got it.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's beautiful, but
you
don't have a clue as to what it actually is.
You could take the position that because we don't claim to know what it is, that people that do have a claim about it are ipso facto right, which would be fallacious reasoning. Are you going to do that?
Well, yeah, I don't believe in the moon landing, just for the record, but.
Yes, let the record show nobody landed on a light in the sky in a washing machine in a place that can't exist. Yes.
Next thing you'll be telling me that nobody went to Narnia and that Aslan didn't come back to life. Come on, dude.
Well, the moon does exist, so it's not that it doesn't exist. It's just not the way they're telling you it is. It's not like a land where you could just land in there.
Right. Maybe you misheard. I didn't say the moon doesn't exist. I said they didn't land a washing machine in a place that doesn't exist. Because the place they tell you the moon exists, this vacuum, that doesn't exist. Because if it did, we wouldn't be breathing.
Well, no, but are you saying that lions don't exist? Because I mentioned Aslan? See where I'm going with this?
Maybe he's just clarifying my statement. That's all right.
The guy before did say, like, lions really exist.
Obviously. So therefore as land, right?
I thought flat Earth had a momentum, but then this trip to the south kind of tossed it off. But so where do we go from here?
Trip to the south. Why did that mess it up?
Yeah, it might have messed it up for people who had this tendency to reify maps into their reality. We don't do that, so we're just, it's like it's a Tuesday for us. We don't care about what's going on in Antarctica, especially with the sun, the light in the sky, when literally all they've done is measure flat Earth. Even the planes go there, right? That's flat Earth measurement. Right. Everything's flat Earth measurement.
and when you give the direction of south, that's with respect to a horizontal plane of reference, not a curve. You know, so like even conceptualize the direction that this place is supposed to be, you need Earth to be flat.
Yeah, this is the point, isn't it? They need Earth to be flat, and I'm not willing to let them have it. No. Okay. If you need a flat Earth, accept Earth's flat. If you're going to measure it that way, accept it's that way. But you will mock us for accepting that Earth is that way while you're measuring it that way and telling us we're idiots and retards. And I'm sick of it. It's like, no, it's gaslighting. Don't tell me it's not flat while you're measuring it flat.
That seems pretty reasonable. Unless someone would like to argue that I don't even know how would you formulate that as an argument? I don't think you can.
No, that's why we get lots of stuttering and dumbfounded silences when I tell people off for using our stuff. Right, we're going to toddle along soon. We've been in politics, by the way, so if one of my live stream moderators can stick a link to this live stream chat, which is called Politics Server, the chat itself being 24/7 Flat Earth. So you can join if you're one of my audience members. There's over 100 people watching, so check out the Politics Server if you like Flat Earth discussion. You won't necessarily get yelled at by me for using a Flat Earth. Go ahead, John.
Earth Awakenings, I thought.
No, we're not in Earth Awakenings. We're in politics. I went in there for a little bit, but they were talking about the commercial value of solar panels. I'm like, I'll go somewhere else, I think. Politics was much better. You guys are ace. This was ace. Would you not agree? Politics was the better choice.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought they were being way too reasonable for Earth Awakenings. That's okay.
Well, whatever reason, politics seem to accept the fact that, you know, when you're being unreasonable, using your opponent's measurements and such, that's, you know, just cause to be told to shut up. And it is. What, you can't expect us to stand around while you mow your lawn with my lawnmower without asking and calling me a retard for suggesting that you've used it.
Now, Nathan, you got to be nice. You can't be calling people stupid, Nathan.
While they're using your lawnmower, don't be calling them idiots and shouting and yelling and threatening to call the police. Let them use the lawnmower and wait till they're finished talking.
But our Earth is a globe. Y'all are stupid as shit, bro. What the hell? You've seen this shit. Like,
no, share your pain, buddy.
Seen the fucking Earth before.
Don't swear, you'll get a conversation.
Everything we said is true. And
hold on, G plus chill. Funi or whatever. Oh, he's ran away immediately. He just wanted to come to spew.
That's just some pain relief.
That's what I said. Share your pain.
But he said the word "but" at the beginning of his statement, so he accepted everything we said is true.
Oh, but
said "but."
But Earth's a globe. Well, notwithstanding all the flat Earth measurements we talked about for the last hour.
Shut the fuck up. Earth's a globe, retard.
And
fucking idiot. Blind bitch. Earth.
Is that the best way you can present your evidence?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
It's been measured to be a globe.
It's been measured as a globe,
brother.
Okay.
You're retarded. They measure
there's no. I only win. There's no need for that. Go ahead.
These guys are fucking retarded. Wow, 2025, you take the Earth's fucking flag. Get your fucking life together, you fucking retards.
You sound like you.
All right, is that your best evidence?
I'm not saying he's a measures and evidence. Good measure this stuff. I'll give you the evidence, right? The Earth is a globe. Yeah, the Earth is a globe because it's been measured that way.
Present.
Hold on.
Yeah. The Earth is a globe. The evidence is it's been measured.
You're chanting. You're not presenting. You twat.
The evidence is it's been measured that way. Is that you want me to prove it's been measured that way?
Fine.
Evidence, please.
What's your evidence?
Evidence for what? That it's been measured that way?
Yes.
Or
What's
that
your
it's a globe?
What's the measurement that you made?
Yeah. So it's just going to be a brute fact that the Earth has been measured as a globe.
Yeah. What's the measurement?
Yeah. It's a brute fact.
Measurement.
Okay. It's okay. G plus, just chill for a sec. Right, Guy.
Yeah, so premise 1, it's a brute fact. Premise 2, if the Earth is measured a globe, then therefore it is a globe. Conclusion, it's a globe.
Are you trying to sound intelligent when you offer your non-measurement by using...
No, I just gave you an argument. Can you address it? What the hell?
You're not going to win by talking through me pointing out how stupid that was. Saying it's brute force and saying it's a premise. That's not a measurement description. You're not detailing what the measurement actually is when you measure Earth as a sphere. So we're going to ask you a third time, and then if you don't give us a measurement, I'm going to call you all kinds of stupid for my 100 people listening live. Okay, Fumi? So third time's the charm. What's the actual measurement? What's being measured when you measure Earth a globe?
Yeah, so what's being measured? What's your question? I'm going to answer. The Earth is being measured. What's the measurement? The measurement is that it's a globe. So the Earth has been measured as a globe, therefore it is a globe. If you want to prove the Earth has been measured a globe, it's a brute fact that the Earth has been measured a globe.
You're just going to keep saying that?
Okay, no worries. Chill.
Well, I answered both of it.
Thank you for your answer, Fumi. That's called circular reasoning. Yeah? You ever heard of circular reasoning? It's otherwise known as the fallacy of begging the question. It's all right. You can take him off mute while I educate him, give him a lesson in fallacy. Yeah, assuming your outcome.
Wait, you realize it's a formal fallacy. It's not a logical fallacy. I don't care about your formal fallacies. What the hell?
Okay, so do you want to be permanently removed from the discussion because what you've just done is offered circular reasoning?
You didn't ask me a question. I just responded to what you said.
You're now talking through the middle of me responding, so it seems like you're not going to be having a reasonable discussion with me, Fumba, because you're talking straight through the middle of me. Okay, I'll try that again.
Okay, go ahead.
No worries. I asked you what was being measured, and you said Earth, and it is spherical. And I said, well, what was the measurement that you made?
Never said that.
Of Earth being spherical was your reply. So that is literally circular reasoning, and even though I'm going through it, you're off mute, chanting through me like a glurf bitch dumbass, because you're stupid. You were probably dropped on your head as a child. Therefore, when you assert circular reasoning as a retard, you think that your circular reasoning telling me that you've measured Earth as a sphere because you've measured Earth as a sphere isn't circular reasoning. That's the type of thing that people who are dropped on their head, retards, would say. Fumi. Now, I appreciate that you've come in and told us that we're swear word. We get that. In reality, Earth is measured flat, and no amount of interjection from you with your idiocy and circular reasoning will offer us a measurement. I do have an offering for a measurement of Earth as a flat plane, though. It's called an elevation angle measurement.
Wait, can I respond?
Have you ever had a reasonable conversation where you don't talk through the person that's making you look stupid?
Well, you've been speaking for like triple the times as me, and you won't let me respond.
You'll be shut up if you don't answer me. Have you heard of an elevation angle measurement, you stupid dumbass?
What are you talking about? Answer
you dumbass. Dumbass. I'll start calling you dumbass. Have you heard of an elevation angle measurement there, dumbass?
What's the question you want me to answer? Go ahead.
Have you heard of an elevation angle measurement, you stupid idiot?
Wait, how is that relevant to what I said? You're not addressing the argument. Okay, so now I'm going to check the conversation.
No, you'll be shut up while I define something you've been asked for and offered circular reasoning. Can you shut this guy up? Can you shut him up?
What the hell?
He's just yammering.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't need your permission. I'll ask the server operators to shut you up if you don't shut up when I demand it.
You have my permission. Go ahead.
Yeah, now you're chanting go ahead through the top of me, which makes you an unreasonable prick, justified in being server muted if you are doing it continually. There you go, bitch. Yeah, the operators of the server are muting you because you're a bitch. And you're going to be shut up if you can't contain yourself. You keep chanting through me, bitch. I'm going to define how Earth's measured flat with an elevation angle measurement. That's what I'm going to do. Define how Earth's measured flat while a load of white knights who've seen you been muted for your unreasonable behaviour will try and attempt to stop me defining how Earth is measured.
I'm just saying, let's be respectful.
See, there's the white knight number one. We'll start picking these wankers off, Fumi. Maybe you'll tolerate it, maybe you'll run. We'll see. Last two ran. Earth's measured flat with an altitude angle, defined as altitude angle, describing how the sun appears in the sky. The angle is measured between an imaginary line between the observer and the sun, and the horizontal plane the observer is standing on, end quote, sustainable by design, elevation, or altitude angle. That's an angle measurement of Earth as a flat plane. Not circular reasoning like you offered, Fumi. No, it's not going to take part in a two-way discussion. Very disappointing.
Yeah, well, he's had a measurement of the Earth as a globe, and the globe was measured.
Yes.
What measurement are we talking about there, Bob? You know, like, you've not even detailed a measurement, let alone shown one.
He detailed the measurement. He detailed the measurement of the globe. That's how we know it's measured a globe, because he measured it as a globe.
Meanwhile, I detailed and defined an elevation angle measurement to him, with him on server mute. Will he acknowledge it when he comes off server mute because he couldn't shut up while I was defining an actual measurement? We'll see. No? Okay, well, I'll just do what he thought he was reasonable in doing. You're a stupid idiot, globe-believing numpty, my friend. And now I'm calling you retarded based on your behaviour here. Your demonstrable stupidity got you called retarded. Like, justifiably, because that's how you behaved. Like a retard, someone held back mentally. That's you, sir, the one who came in swearing at us. Yet, meanwhile, we defined how Earth was measured flat as a plane of reference to get elevation angles. That's an elevation angle measurement off a flat Earth, my standard of evidence, versus dickhead's standard, which is, I glurf Earth glurf, 'cause glurf Earth, glurf, okay. That's what we got from the retard, the one who came in and swore from us. Yeah, then we defined how he was using circular reasoning. Yeah, that's called begging the question, the fallacy thereof. And he went, nuh-uh, I measured Earth for glurf, 'cause it's a glurf and that. Okay? Yeah, okay, dumbass. Yeah, we're done with you, you stupid. We're flat earthers, we're righteous, we understand how Earth's measured, you're a stupid clown. You thought you had the right in coming here swearing at us? No, you didn't. You were the stupidest person in the room. Let it be known.
I'm guessing he's one of those people that first order measurements are physical and second order measurements are calculations because they don't know what measurement is. I'm guessing.
Right, attempt number 2. Let's do this. Another huge, massive thank you to the Politics Discord server for having us unexpectedly today, and my G Plus panel for making today's live show possible. And of course, a massive thank you to all of you for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, joining as a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member, and all that good stuff. Stay tuned if you are watching on an after show. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I will see you all in the next video.